I think we shouldn't just throw away the baby with the bathwater. The social media angle, we should be looking at the positive, not only the negative side.
Absolutely.
The positive side for me is outweighs the negative side of it. One, because now people are now well informed and promptly informed, timely informed. You don't wait for you don't wait till 9 o'clock news to get to know what happened in Benue State or in Kaduna or Rivers State and the rest of them. There and there, you get to get information. You might not be able to get the accurate information, details. That will come. That is where the mainstream media comes into play. You don't wait till the next day to see the cover of a newspaper for you to get information about what happened today. It has become so timely. Okay. Then also, it also play some roles in checking the activities, actions of those in government. I can assure you of that. In those days, it is very, very difficult to hold our government and our leaders accountable. But now, it can be done. Okay? From my village, if the man that is representing my village, Umungwa Inobo in Imo State, is representing me in House of Reps, is not doing what he's supposed to do. I know it's difficult for me to go and see him because he won't even listen to me when I get to Abuja. I won't even have the opportunity of crossing the 3 arms zone, talk less of going to his office. But if I go on my Facebook page and post something, I just say, this is the pillar that this man erected when he was campaigning. And this is 3 years. He will soon come back and come and say he has not. And I post it on Facebook. The possibility of that going viral and people, he'll get to see it. If he doesn't see it, else we see it. That is a way of preaching government. Then also, I always say this, what the social media platform has given people, especially in this part of the world, is the opportunity to express themselves. You know what that's done? It has killed tension. Instead of people taking to arms, instead of people fighting, people going to it, what people now do is just expressing themselves, You know, when you hold up anger for a long time, the possibility of you venting that anger,
exploding.
Once it explodes, so what people now do is they go to social media, they go to Twitter
and vent.
Just vent their anger. You know,
okay, Dr. Kerry, this one's from, I need to be sure this name, hold on. It says, in addition to government regulations, we as a people have a responsibility to filter the news we receive before spreading. I actually stopped 3 days ago by scrutinizing and insisting on evidence. This is coming from at Willie Ife.
Yeah, I mean, so that's the same thing I said earlier. It depends on who you are. How sophisticated is your mind?
Do you need sophistication to actually scrutinize an item before you let it out?
So, Nelta, you'll be very... If you study psychology, you would appreciate that some of the things that come to you intuitively would take a number of people years to come by. Because over the years, your training, your education, your environment, and your experiences have made certain things happen to you. Your mind, and the human mind is inelastic. Once it stretches to certain positions, it cannot contract. But when there are many people whose minds are not yet that sophisticated, the simple people, they tend to believe everything. While people who are fairly sophisticated tend to question reasonably. And it is this kind of things that will make you determine, you know, on the balance of probability, how true this might be. And indeed, even for the most sophisticated minds can be fooled. There's no doubt about that. But, you know, the thing is, you have a lower percentage of such things going through the filter of such people. So when you see certain things as a journalist, once you see them, you ask certain questions. He mentioned some of those things. You can determine whether these things make sense or not. And if it doesn't make sense, you have a right to just let it end at that point.
Right there.
Right there. But
don't repost.
Don't repost. But many people are simple. I use the word simple. Once it comes, some of them don't even read. I mean, I'm being very serious about this. Some people don't even read, talk less of analyze. And even there are news that might be true. But your responsibility tells you that it is not in public interest
to use it.
To use it.
Yeah.
Then you stop it at that point.
Okay.
So these are the issues that determine who we are. The challenge about social media is that the untrained, the trained, the sophisticated, the simple are on the same level. And that's one of the problems with democracy as well.
Okay.
Okay. We have an email here from Awalu Idris Aliyu, and he says, the best way to address this menace is by educating people on how to make positive use of the social media, as well as reorientating the mindset of the people.
Exactly. It's true.
Well said, well said. Another one from Oruebi, Togoland. And could you please explain more on how one can verify a news is fake or real on social media? There's no way an originator of a news, either fake or real, could be traced in the social media. Oh, that's supposed to be a question. Yeah. I mean, are you sure that there's no way that an originator of a news item can be traced on social media?
No, at times you can do that, depending on the platform the person is using. I can tell you authoritatively that the most secured platform is WhatsApp. The WhatsApp platform is very difficult to trace. Even security agencies find it very, very difficult to trace people because it's scripted. It has enough security, more than Facebook and other this and that. But at times, IP addresses can be used to trace where an information is coming from. Because once an information...
that's easy to trace computers. Is it easy to trace phones as well?
Phones can be traced.
Okay.
Okay. Don't forget the essence of registering, most of why the NCC has insisted that everybody register your phones and rest of them is that so that whatever is coming up through you and rest of them can be... But that is within the context, but not...
Any phone that goes online has an IP address.
Not the phones. Okay, I'm not using internet. I'm using the internet this time around. Every internet, there's a protocol for every www, whatever you put, there's a protocol to it. There's an IP address to it. Okay? It can be traced. Okay. The originality, that's why, also, if you realize that sometimes when you post a story or you post a picture and the rest of them, or let me give you a good example. Some time ago, during the Dana crash, okay, the Dana crash, our platform, CK News, was one of the first news organizations to get the pictures of that crash, which we posted and the rest of them. We had call from CNN. We had come for routers, and we had come from so many BBC and rest of them across the globe. Because there were so many pictures and rest of them. People were repeating the pictures. But they were able to dictate where the original picture came from. And they called us and said, we want to use about 3 of your pictures. Yeah. Okay, give us the permission and tell us how much it's going to cost for us to use that. And we gave them, we bargained, and they pay for it.
No, you have seen how.
No, make some money. We have to go, Chris. Thank you so much. This has been an interesting conversation with Dr. Yele Okeremi, who's of Precise Financial Systems Limited, John Obidi, online business consultant, and Smart Bee Camp, right? And Chris Kende Nwandu, President, Guild of Professional Bloggers of Nigeria. Thank you, gentlemen, for sharing your thoughts with us.
For coming to enlighten us.
Yes, indeed. It's been very, very enlightening.